Let's do it. All right, welcome everybody to the Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, week 50 program design review. I'm going to see if you can get the answer before I give it to you, right? Because some of these answers are repetitive. We will continue to do this stuff because we will have new franchisees coming aboard in the upcoming year that have never heard it, right? But you need to be reminded more than you need to be instructed anyway. So let's just talk about it. All right, we suggested either move it, or the energy lineup to just get that energy going in your room. As you look at the dumbbell ground to the overhead press, that is the original Thunder demo, because it's kind of like Thor with his hammer, right? Just coach the people, keep the dumbbell close to the body. Then you have a power band, single leg, iso hold, 3-way bicep curl. All right, so with this one, you know, you're obviously focusing on the resistance. So you'll challenge the resistance, how far they are away from the anchor point. That's an important coaching point. You may want to coach them to pull their belly button into their spine, hold their core tight. Kettlebell alternating row deadlift, okay? With any time that we're doing the deadlift, what are you coaching? Spine alignment, right? You want them to have coaching chest up, shoulders back, right? Very important, because we don't want hurt back, right? You know, TRX rear foot elevated split squat. This is something I might even give an orange highlight. When I give an orange highlight, what that means is I want you to think about it as a coach. Is that really the exercise? It may not be, because you may find it just better for your people to just put their foot on the wall and do a split squat rather than getting their foot in the TRX. So it doesn't have to change that much. But if you have a wall where your TRX is, like most of us do, you don't have to focus so much about them getting in and out of it. If you do want to focus on that, then I'd give it a green highlight, which means you better be at that station first, right? The better you start, the better you finish, right? So that's a tagline that we use when we're first training you in your internship, and that means you should know where you're starting. And you got to start at that most awkward station, and that will certainly be it if you are going to try to get them to put their feet in the TRX. All right, the mobility downward dog crossbody crunch. This is a great one, right? So you're going to have them focus on, this is good, not just good for the core, but this is really good for ankle mobility, right? Tell them to try to think their heels to the ground. They're going to feel great stretch in their Achilles. Plenty of people that need that stretch, okay? So that's your opportunity to make for better ankle mobility. And of course, they're bringing their knee across their body and they're getting good core exercise. So challenge them to get heels to the ground. And then dumbbell low pulses, right? So that is something where we are keeping it low. In fact, I'll just put that in there now. Get low, get low, get low. You know what I love about Apple Music? You can just bring up the words, and instead of focusing on, I've always told you in the past, oh, go to 39 or 53 seconds or whatever, and then you'll find the song. Well, if you bring up the text, just press on the text and it'll take you there. So if you're going to play get low, to the window, to the wall, right? You know, you don't have to play all that part, but the get low part is really good when you're doing these kind of pulsating squats. The other thing that we do when we're focused on squats is either have people look up at the ceiling, elevate their heels, right? We want to make sure that people are squatting well, right? Elevate heels, focus point, and get low will be highlighted in red because that could be the song that you are playing. Then power band perpendicular load split squat to leg raise. Okay, so that one is where you're really focusing on coaching that they are holding in the midline of the body. Right? That's you're going to feel a bit of resistance. Of course, you want them far enough away from the wall to feel like they're being pulled in, but yet they're still staying square, and they're coming up in that single leg, and so they have a focal point in front of them. It's a great balance challenge, great core exercise. Kettlebell push-up with the shoulder tap. All right, so challenge range of motion and pace. And Sam already said in the video, make sure they got a big kettlebell. Pendulum swing. I'm going to highlight this orange as well. I want you to ask yourself, with the people that you're coaching, is the juice worth the squeeze? Okay, so if you have sensitive backs, if you have people with LBP, it's tough enough for them to get their feet in there and do, let's say, a body saw. Now we're getting their feet in there and we're swinging them back and forth. And so if the juice is not worth the squeeze, you're going to do another version of a plank there, right? Because this is a very dynamic plank. So they could do a plank with hip abduction. They could be stepping out, right? You decide, you choose, but it's highlighted in orange for you to think about who you're coaching and make sure that you coach them well, because we have the science. And of course, Jeremy's putting it together as a bit of his art form, but then it's your job to also apply it and execute with it and execute well with it. So consider what you might do, consider plank with abduction here, right? Then moving high knee with hip rotation. Andy plays the can song with that. It's da, 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 da. That's a good little dance move there, right? So challenge pace on that one, right? You're going to challenge the pace because it is meant to be fast. And when it's going fast and looks a bit like a dance, why not take advantage of it with a little can song? And then, you got a hurricane finisher. You got sprints and skaters and touch the floor jacks, and you can have a good time with that. You've never played it for your facility before, play the little kid giving a Miracle on Ice speech. God, it's so cute. But that's just a fun little thing if you're having skaters one week, and it is hockey season. You have sprints, you can be playing the Flash song, have a good time with that. We already gave a quote that you might want to share with your other group this week, and that is, what you focus on grows. So focus. So be grateful, right? Be grateful for what is present. It's just something that we're talking about, how we can help people this time of year. And that is it, guys. That's it. That's what we have for you. Good luck this week. Let us know if you have any questions. And also, if you have any shares, we'd love to hear what you're doing. If you got some songs and whatnot, share them in the group text, please. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Wow. On time.